On today's video, we are going to be forging ourselves some Damascus knives. We're joined by a chap called Dave, who's a complete blacksmithing novice, and he's come in for a lesson. So we're going to show you all the stages. Stay tuned. Stage one, what we've got is I've cut myself some steel. I have got some 15N20, which has got high nickel content. That's going to give me my shiny contrast. And then to go against that, I've got some EN42J. It's a medium carbon steel, which will be a nice sort of introduction for Dave on the class, learning how to fire weld that together. Once we've cleaned these up, we'll be then ready to stack them into a billet, ready for fire welding. All right, so I'm just going to clamp them together in the vise here. I want to sort of squeeze out all the air, get rid of all the air gaps. So I'll just line up one end and one edge of this. And I've alternated my pattern, so I've got one of the other, all the way through. So yeah, we're going to use the 100-ton press for squeezing our billet together when we get our steel nice and hot. That's going to help to press that steel, and it helps to get it to actually fuse and bond together. Once we've done that and we've got a homogeneous chunk of steel, so we're going to go from when we've got 6-7 bits of steel, that's going to stick into one piece of steel. We'll then move over to the power hammer, and we'll use the power hammer to then draw it out a little bit. What we'll probably do is twist our bar up to make it a bit more exciting on the inside. We'll cut it, and then we'll hold it back together, and we'll stick it back in the fire again, and we'll fuse it up again. So we'll get more layers in there and make a more interesting pattern as well. Today's video is sponsored by blacksmithclasses.co.uk. If you've ever wanted to get your hands dirty, get yourself in the forge, give blacksmithing or sword making a go for the very first time, now's your chance. We're doing exclusive summertime offers, so you can get yourself 10% discount on all our class prices for the moment. Link to that is in the description below. You can head on over and you can come down and experience our axe making, knife making, our week-long sword making classes. You can come into the forge, get to know us a little bit better and give forging a go for the very first time. So head on over to blacksmithclasses.co.uk and sign up today. It's day 2 of our Damascus class, and we've got our blade blanks forged out. These are ready now to go onto the 2x72 belt grinders, or linishers if you're British. And we're going to clean these up. We're going to refine the profiles, and then we're going to start putting the bevels on. The reason we haven't forged the bevels on is I want to cut through the layers, revealing as much patination through that piece of pattern weld as possible, or Damascus steel.
and we're going to get this cleaned up, ready to go back into the forge this afternoon for a heat treating process. Now, we did have a bit of a catastrophic failure as we were putting our billets together. Unfortunately, when Dave was squeezing his billet underneath the hydraulic press, it sort of went into a bit of a rhombus, and that managed to sort of shear across the layers before it had fully fused. So we took a little bit of a drastic measure. We took a hot set and we split those apart because they were never going to stick back together again. So Dave's working with a slightly smaller billet, but we think we've rescued it and it should be okay.
So we managed to get Dave squared away. He had to run, obviously a 2-day class, finished in 2 days, got his knife finished, nice and sharp, and all the rest of it he's done with. Now, the demo piece, not quite finished. So what we've got left to do on this, well, obviously I want to make a nice bolster, so I found a chunk of brass, which we're going to punch a hole in, shape that up, get that on here. And we've got our beach handle as well, which we need to finish sanding up and glue together to finish up this nice Damascus knife. Now, sitting in the Coca-Cola for a little bit longer has given it a much nicer etch. It's not quite as strong as a ferric chloride, but it's a safe acid that we can obviously play with having the public in the workshop, so it's much better on that front. But patterns come up lovely, so let's get this knife finished up, put together. Right, I need to tidy up the back end of this so that it slots into the bolster a little bit better. I don't want to end up damaging my blade that I've done. So I've got a carbide file jig here, and I'm going to slide this onto my knife. It's probably going to scratch up the Damascus oxides a little bit, but that's not a problem. We'll just chuck it back in Coca-Cola and coffee for another hour when we're finished and reveal that pattern. Also allow me to clean up a little bit more. Okay, so we've got all the bits put together, they're all shaped up and ready for gluing up. Now, the blade where it's been sat in the Coca-Cola for a few days is a little bit uneven, so what I'm going to do to tidy it up is give it one final polish, one final going over, then I'm going to stick it back in the Coca-Cola and coffee mix. We'll leave it for a couple hours to blacken up again, hopefully get a more consistent finish on this blade, and then we'll glue everything together and job will be a good one.
there we go, guys. That's the finished knife, all oiled up and looking nice. I've put boiled linseed oil on the handle to help the grain come out, and I've also put a bit of 3-in-1 on the blade to stop that from going rusty, and also helps it look all nice and shiny. Really happy with how that one's come together. Dave, who was on the class, he was really pleased with his one. We got that one all sharpened up. This one's going to go live on the wall most likely, maybe in one of the display cases. If you've enjoyed this and you want to come along, give it a go yourself, you're more than welcome to come and join us for one of our Damascus knife classes, and you can get your hands dirty here in the workshop as well. But that's it for us for today. Take it easy, guys.